My best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven, it found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. My best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend. Inside your self-righteous symphony, I would rather let this go than to bring it up again.
What's going on, all you beautiful nerds? Welcome back to another episode of the Burly Fishing Podcast, a live edition. And we are following up with another amazing organization doing awesome things for kids and using fishing and the great outdoors in order to do so and take care of those kids. And these guys are doing some awesome things, and I can't wait to talk to them. But we got Landon on. He's an event coordinator for Cast for Kids. Landon, how are we doing tonight, man?
Hey, it was a great day already, but it just got even better when I was able to get on with you guys and talk to your fan base.
Yeah, this is going to be a blast. If you guys were here for any of our previous episodes, dealing with organizations who are doing awesome things for kids, again, using fishing, the great outdoors as sort of a platform for that. We're talking about Slick Bait Co. We're talking about Autism Anglers. We did some amazing stuff. We raised around $3,000 just before Christmas, actually, Landon. We didn't even talk about this with Autism Anglers, like just from these guys over here in the chat. I'm pointing to you, chat. If you can't see, you're on the screen over here. But they do some awesome things. So our crew, they show up, they do awesome things for us. And if you guys want to help out with Cast for Kids, we're going to talk about lots of opportunities coming up. They do all sorts of events. There's a whole events tab. Chaz is going to drop their website in chat probably now and probably also a lot later on. So just go check them out. And I'm very interested to hear more from you, Landon, on what we got going on. Before we jump into it, if you guys like the show, be sure to subscribe. If you're listening to this, drop us a 5-star wherever you are listening to this thing, whatever platform that may be. We appreciate that very much. It helps us out a lot. Throw us some comments and interactions. Social media interactions is how it works. The more of those we have, the better the video does. And we want to spread the word about companies like Cast for Kids. So this is really important to us. It's near and dear to our hearts. And we'd love for your help on that. Coming up, and actually news and noteworthy, we actually have the MONSTERBASS videos. There's 2 of them. It's 2-parter from the St. Lawrence trip. So you guys saw our perspective. You probably saw on Fish and Grubs, Larry Mellon Jr., Smallmouth Crush, Epic Eric, like on all their channels, they posted their own versions from like our chesty. But Sam Moore Media was with us on that trip. And that dude he does some cool stuff with cameras. I don't know if you know. So he makes a couple of nerds like us look almost somewhat cool. That's like 4.5 out of 10. That's just, it's somewhat cool. Come on, Chaz, give me a break. Anyways, so part 1 dropped last night. I posted about a bunch. I know Paul did too. That's on the MB channel. We streamed it on our channel too. So we appreciate you guys watching that with us. And part 2. Did they tell us when that's dropping?
Part 2 is not going to come out for, I think, another month.
Cool. Part 2, stay tuned. It's going to be a while.
Yeah. I talked to Rafi about that. He wanted to drop it later. I was like, Rafi, you should drop it in a week. I told him, like, drop
now?
it. I told him, like, drop it next week. And he was like, yeah, we'll see. I'm like, okay, all right. Okay. Some of that might be on Sam, so just so everybody knows.
And Charles will be streaming it. Yeah. If you guys like the stream, if the audio and video quality was good, kudos to Chaz. Chaz did all that. He did the countdown, all that stuff. So Chaz is the freaking man. Once again, proven. Also coming up, we got on Monday night, this coming Monday, February 28th, we're going live with Bass Geek over on Bass Geek's channel. So go check that out. That's going to be a blast. It's weird for us to not run a show, so expect for it to be interesting.
But the last time Bass Geek was on our show a couple months ago, and that was a ton of fun. Really excited to get back.
He's a man. Yeah, he's the man. So other than that, you guys, super chats are on. If you want to support the show, we appreciate it very much. Also, you can join our membership down below. If you click the join button, there's a little video of me explaining what it is. And there's 3 different levels. So you can be the Burly Bunch, where you just get to have a cool sticker and be awesome and use our special emojis. We got the Shark Deucers, the middle level. And for that, you get to join our members only lives and get members only content. And Snorlax Crew, the highest level, you get custom run shirts a couple times a year, and you also get to join in our members only lives and be on video with us. And I gotta tell you, we've done 11 of them. Members only lives are the shiznizzle. Like, they are super fun. We get to talk to you guys. You get to comment on things that we're talking about. We're taking in your opinion, your thoughts, things that we're going to do with the show, stickers, custom shirts. Like, we talk about all that there.
They got to vote. They got to vote on which shirt actually is going to be the next one.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's worthwhile. We send them free stickers. We send them free shirts. Like, if you guys want to support us in that way, we will definitely give back, and we appreciate you for considering that. Chaz is holding up a Ned Rig Nerd sticker, but he's not on camera right now, so you can't see it. I actually have one on my laptop. Check it out.
I got a stack.
On the laptop, bro. Yeah, I've been handing them out.
On the camera?
What's that?
Chad's not on. He's not on the camera. No one can see him.
Chaz is not on the camera. And just to explain to our guest Chaz's name, so his name's Chad, and like show number 2, he gained his nickname, which is Chaz. It's all caps, CH_OZ, and that is because he's the man behind the screen, like the Wizard of Oz. Yep. So we call him Chaz. So if you say Chaz, or if you hear us say Chaz, that's who we're talking to. One time I called him Chad on accident. It was really weird. All right. Anyways, let's get into the Q of the D. I'm done with my spiel.
All right. So question of the day, the Q of the D. This is no wrong answers. They can be less right, but they can't be wrong. This one was actually very difficult for me. Even just thinking about it. Like it came up and I was like, this can be hard. What is the best? And I'm gonna ask you what's the worst, but what is in your opinion, the best Will Ferrell movie?
Ooh.
Oh. Step Brothers, easily.
Easily? Oh,
it's fairly easy.
Oh, it's very good. That's a very good movie.
You guys are probably thinking Anchorman.
No, I don't know. No. I think
it's got to be my criteria for best Will Ferrell means I could watch it 5,000 times and not be like, all right, let's not watch this 5,001 times. Yes. But you know, like the ones that I'll watch 100 times they're not up there. Like what am I?
First of all, Semi-Pro is the most underrated, and it's
Semi-Pro is definitely most underrated.
Other Guys is my vote for number 1 of all time.
That's your number 1. See, I put that top 5, but it's not going to be number 1. It's pretty great. Like him and Marky Mark are a fantastic duo. It's pretty. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
It's just the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, those are all great. There are a lot of wrong answers, which are probably what we're going to talk about next. I'm with Step Brothers. That's my vote.
Anchorman 2, I think is probably the worst.
It is the only Will Ferrell movie I haven't finished.
Ooh.
I will not watch it.
Yeah, that's sudden.
So I can't. Yeah, I can't say anything about Sherlock Holmes because I haven't watched it and I won't watch it.
Come on, guys. Hey, how could you pass up any movie that could use the male body appendage as a complete scene about who stuck it on his drum set?
You know, that's true. Talladega Nights doesn't get enough play either. That movie is really good.
That is true. I will say that.
And then Wedding Crashers, I totally forgot about.
Wedding Crashers. Yeah, well, he's a cameo kind of in that movie.
I think it's tactical.
Is it a Will Ferrell movie?
Yeah.
No.
What about Elf? Elf's the wild card because Elf falls into a different category, but it's such a good movie.
It's a holiday staple for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, we're talking top 5s, but like if it's for me, number 1 is going to be Step Brothers every time.
I like it.
That's it.
And everyone forgets about Superstar.
Oh yeah, he's the quarterback.
Yeah, everybody forgets.
He's the 40-year-old quarterback.
Everybody forgets.
Ollie Shannon, who is 40 years old in high school too.
Dude, so classic.
The Catholic high schoolers that are in their 40s. That movie is hilarious.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
so now we're gonna transition to show meet. We had our little fun. We got a little intro, but we do absolutely want to donate the rest of the time to Landon. So the first thing I do, and this is where I always start, it's either going to be the name of the company, how you got started, or it's going to be what's with the logo. So I know that Cast for Kids actually stands for something. It's got like a double meaning, right?
Absolutely.
So what does Cast in Cast for Kids stand for?
I mean, Cast is all about fishing. Cast stands for Catch a Special Thrill, and that's what it's all about. Catch a special thrill for special needs kids. That's whether they're physical difficulties, intellectual difficulties. It doesn't matter. That's what it's all about. It's about putting a thrill of a lifetime in these kids' lives.
That's awesome. I love that. That's a great acronym.
It actually is, because there's no way I ever would have come up with that. You probably could have given me 20 hours locked in a room. I would have come up with absolute garbage. So I love it.
Wait, I want to hear one of your ideas right now on the spot. 3, 2, 1, go. Acronym, go.
Can't accurately I don't know.
Specify this.
Instantly went negative. So I guess the question is, for those who don't know what Cast for Kids actually is, can you tell us like what's the mission and kind of what's your guys's your general MO? What are you guys trying to do on a day in day out basis?
All right. Well, Cast for Kids was actually formed in 1991. We're a 501c3. So
People need to recognize how difficult that is. We always try and call it out. That is
That's
not.
super
People say,
hard.
"Oh, we're a 501." Like that is not that's not lip service. That's a very difficult thing to achieve, and it
Full
means
of
that
You're
you're
shit
right.
stuff.
completely
Absolutely.
on the up and up as far as being recognized as an organization. So
Well, that's like I said, that is Cast. Said formed in 1991, had a single goal and purpose, and that's basically what I was just saying is allowing the opportunity for the special needs kids coast to coast. We host events coast to coast. It's for those that don't know, the special needs community are the most underrepresented group in the nation of all. You'll hear all the time fundraising for this, fundraising for that, government support of this. You'll hear all of these things, all this fundraising, all these wonderful things. Rarely is it for our special needs communities. Special Olympics. I'm huge with Special Olympics. Love Special Olympics. They are probably the most well known. But then you have a lot of the other foundations like CAST, and our goal is to put these kids on the water with a rod and reel in their hand and let them catch fish. That's it. It doesn't matter if it's a 3-inch perch or a 10-pound big mouth. It doesn't care, and they don't care, and we don't care. It's about giving them one day out of the year where they can come out and they can be superstars. I make a big push on saying that's the day that they come out and we're all equals. It's an equal playing field. Our fishermen, and that's what they're called, they're fishermen. They're not special needs kids, they're fishermen. And they come out and they get to be fishermen. And we provide them with rods, reels, tackle boxes, t-shirts, caps, award plaques. We let them be literally superstars. And we let their parents that take care of these kids day in and day out, we give them the opportunity to come out and be a part of a group of like-minded people that deal with the same things every day, and allow them to come out and just basically unzip that suit that they live in every day and just relax and watch 200 people love on and take care of their kids. And that's what we do. I got chills, man. I'm telling you, I get chills. I'll get
I'm
real
getting
animated about
chills.
CAST. I freaking love it. Like I said, I've been me personally, I've been involved with Cast for Kids since 2009. I moved from Northwest New Mexico to Texas and was sitting at my desk one day and thought, I'd like to host a Cast for Kids event. I've never hosted one before, but I thought, I think I'd do that. So I contacted a guy by the name of Jim Beacon. He's our regional director in Texas, and said, hey, dude, I'd like to host a Cast for Kids event. I said, cool, let's do it. When you want to do it? And I looked at my calendar and said, well, that looks like a good weekend. I had no idea what it took to plan and fundraise for an event like that. So, man, I was jumping up and down like a shortstop trying to get things lined out. But we made it happen. And the first year that we had it was the very first year we had it was one of the largest Cast for Kids event that our foundation ever had.
holy
So
smoke!
Wow.
And we typically, like I said, we are coast to coast. And for anybody, and I know that Chaz is gonna post it there. But if you want to know more about our foundation, and if you have an event that's coming near you, you can log on to Cast for Kids. That's FOR, not the number. Cast4kids.org, and on there, so there's a tab on there that says Find an Event. And you will see when you get to that tab, it'll show a picture of the U.S. Have all these little red dots there. That's where we currently have events that are scheduled for 2022. But to break it down and make it easier, there's a drop down tab that says Event Location. Plug in your state, and it'll tell you where the event, where an event is in your state. Now, to make it even better, is if you're watching this stream right now, and you're kind of like me and say, hey, you know what? I think I'd like to do this, and there's not one near you, host one. Contact me.
I was actually about to say.
Host it.
Well,
It's I remember who it is that always says, you'll be glad you did. I promise you.
Yeah.
You host a Cast for Kids event in your community, and you get to see, and your volunteers that come out with their boats, and your volunteers that come out as shore volunteers with the feet on the ground, and they'll tell you There's nothing like it. It is a life-changing event. There's just nothing any better. It's fantastic.
I love it. And I speaking from personal experience, having done some not a Cast for Kids event, but having done some similar events with some companies I work for, there really is nothing like it. And while it does take work. I mean, you got to like put yourself, you got to put yourself out there and go for it. That feeling cannot be replaced. And one of my questions actually is, how do you like walk me through like an event? Like if let's say I'm going to a Cast for Kids event, I've never been to one before, and I'm in the parking lot and I'm walking up at 6 a.m. or wherever whenever it is. What am I gonna experience that day?
And real quick, before you do, not to cut you off, I'm gonna give you time to like process your answer here. But quick shout out for the super chat from Camp Waffle Stomper. She says, Landon, I especially like what you said about how your event also provides a way for the parents of special needs kids to meet up with each other. Thanks for this important work that you do. And I honestly, I really love that. Part of what I was getting chills about while you were talking there, Landon, was like going through the process. If you have a child of special needs or anything going on. So as you guys know, my 6-year-old has autism. So, as a parent with that, there's, the struggle of parenting a child. And I have an older child who is 8, who is like nothing wrong with her. And she's fantastic. And, she's like an easy child, right? And that's the way I always thought about it. And then like my younger child, my 6-year-old, was difficult. But in reality, she just lives like a whole different world. And you have to like enter her world and to understand her. And I'll tell you guys, the amazing thing, and this is what this type of event brings out of you and allows you to do if you're not, a parent around a child of autism or special needs all the time, is that you enter their world and you see the sheer enjoyment that they experience from these things. And it's crazy. And I'll give you like a quick story on this. I was down with our in-laws in Florida this past week, and I took my 6-year-old, her name's Olivia, out to, hang out with my in-laws and my older daughter, and they were playing pickleball. If you guys don't know, it's kind of like ping pong on a tennis court for people over the age of 55. Like it's like you're not allowed if you're not 55 or older, right? So, imagine that. Yeah, there's a big paddle and it's like a bigger size ball, kind of like a wiffle ball. Anyways,
but if you do decide to play, they will school you and they will not shed a single tear.
No, they will be like Michael Jordan on the court and they will trash talk you until you cry. So like I take her down there. My older daughter is like hitting the ball over the net and doing pretty good. And my youngest daughter, Olivia, was struggling. And she gets frustrated really easily because she expects to be like perfect at everything all the time. And she just hyper fixates. So she's hyper fixating on this sport. And, we just like, I got on my knee, like hung out with her for a little bit. And I was like, look, we're going to do this. And I got her to hit the ball over the net. And it was like one of those dad moments. It was like a powerful dad moment. We were just like, oh, I did it. And I just cheered for her. I was like, we did it. And she ran over and like just organically hugged me. And she's not a touchy-feely person. She doesn't like to hug and kiss and all that stuff. So she gives me this hug and I just like Niagara Falls, dead tears. But these, like, that is one moment. And I imagine at your events, there's like hundreds of those moments just constantly going on. These kids pumped about that beyond belief. So I do definitely give you guys credit. It's definitely tough for the parents going through what you have to go through with the government just to get any sort of support in this, to find assistance, because you're like, what the heck do? I didn't even understand the regular kid book. Now I got to have like this other kid book. And I'm like, I don't get it. So there's a lot of that support. And if they can network at those events and they can meet up with parents, and then you're not alone. Because you definitely feel alone just in the normal area, like here in my neighborhood that's tiny and I'm on the outskirts of actual civilization. Like nobody here is dealing with what I'm dealing with. So it's really difficult to like connect with anybody and have them understand, and like have that parent support network is amazing. So I find that is like something definitely give you guys kudos for, because it's lacking in everywhere, and it's really hard. It's really hard. On that note, Slick Bates is in chat. Look at that. We were just talking about you guys.
Hey.
They just I see 2 in here. So we got 2 more super chats real quick, and I've totally delayed this question, so now we're gonna have to refresh Landon on the question. But Yeah, thanks to David Ellers for the $5 super chat. Says, are all the super chats tonight going to Cast for Kids? I don't know, Paul. Should we?
That's an auto yes, I think, right?
I think that's an auto
I
yes.
think it's an automatic yes.
I think we didn't even talk about this before the show, you guys. But I mean, duh, why wouldn't we do that? So yeah, starting before Camp Waffle Stomper, the first super chat of today, all super chats are going to Cast for Kids, so we can actually do some sort of donation. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to take that back because YouTube takes half of that. So hang on. So there's a donation tab on your website, correct, Landon?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Because YouTube is, YouTube, and we thank them for paying us sometimes. They do take half the super chat. So I would like 100% of the cash instead of 50% of the cash to go to Landon and his organization. So if you guys could, yeah, Chaz just posted it in chat. If you could just go there and directly donate them, then there's no YouTube middleman. We would really appreciate that. And right now, YouTube's algorithm's listening to me, and they're like, "He's trash talking this organization. let's like shut this channel down on the down low." So yeah, let's do that, you guys.
Just so we can track it, if you don't mind, just so we can know, and that way I can get back with you guys and let y'all know how well it did. If you can put on there, hey, I'm not stingy, man. I've got great sponsors for our event, our local event. I'm not stingy. You can post that, or you can donate that directly to the foundation under the tab. I'm sure, Charles, you saw it says ways to give. You can go on there, but if it asks who you want it applied to, you can donate directly to the foundation. You can do it in memory of, but if you would just, if you would put on there, on behalf of Burly Fishing, or however you want to do it, identify Burly somehow, and that way I can get with our folks and find out exactly who part of the Burly fan club jumped in and got involved. So let's spread the wealth amongst everybody.
Love it. Really appreciate that. So yeah, you guys go there, put our name after it. I'll tell you what, if we raise $1,000 for Cast for Kids, then I'll put together a prize box for you. And it may or may not have the Costa sunglasses that I just found in my car today. So you can have those. I got
a pair I'll donate too. Just let me know.
No, we'll hook them up. So if you guys raise $1,000, we'll have Landon confer with us, and then we'll post about it if we do the thing. We'll put together a package. You'll have some Ned Rig nerd stuff in there.
Actually, I got some CDs boxes right behind me.
Yeah.
You
just picked up a whole bunch of stuff.
I have a bunch of really. Actually, I'll show you. Can I show you one of the things that I'll put in that prize pack?
Yeah. Do it. Do it.
This is I'll send you my address whenever you're ready for it.
Oh yeah, you whenever you the Ned Rig nerds are probably gonna love this. You'll see this on the unboxing video. It's gonna go up tomorrow. But this is one of the baits that was in there. Cast Cray. But dude, look at their colors are insane. Look at this.
Ooh.
That's a clear purple with blue fleck. It is completely bonkers.
It's like a mood ring June bug.
And I'll tell, dude. So I've got a box of stuff that's all of that caliber. I will hook it all up.
Listen, we got reels, we got Costa sunglasses in there. We'll hook you all up. All right. So help us raise that $1K for Cast for Kids. Just throw our name on it when you make a donation. We appreciate you.
And tell us what you donated in the chat. Just tell us what you put in there.
Yeah, just
then ask your question, just like we always do. We'll answer all the questions that you guys post if you have one, and we'll certainly read your shout out. Absolutely.
So no more super chats tonight. Just go donate to Cast for Kids. Also, Slick Bates, thank you again so much for the super chat. We love the organization and are so happy to support the people, children, and caretakers involved. It's such an amazing thing, and the smiles are priceless. 100%.
I was about to say, and mentioning Slick Baits again, it already came up one time, but they do their live auctions. Are those on Fridays? Do I have that right?
I think they're doing them twice a week.
Holy
they're doing a lot.
Not only do you get a chance to bid on and get some great product and
unbelievable baits.
It's just fun, man. You go head to head with people, and you can see you got people that are stalking it. They're waiting till that last minute, and boom, fire off a bid.
You know what that reminds me of? eBay. Do you remember when eBay was first a thing?
The height of eBay?
Dude, the height of eBay was straight up the beginning of the development of my anxiety, because you'd be like, no, I really want this Tamagotchi, but there's only 12 of them in the world. This one's $100 and it's already up to $99.99. I don't want it to go any higher, so I'm going to wait till 5 minutes before the end of the auction. Gosh. And then it was just like, bid, and then it would close. Whoever won. And it was like,
And then
Yeah,
you're
that
getting
was
those
$100
the
in
birth of
kids.
adult anxiety.
the sniper apps that would like bid at the last 0.01 seconds. Yeah, I know. So yeah, just quick FYI on the giveaway. So if you guys get $1,000 to Cast for Kids, we'll get a confirmation from Landon. We'll post it, and then we're gonna draw a winner from the names in those donations. So we'll figure it out. We'll find a way to give back to you guys. And like I said, Costa sunglasses, baits, probably some Plano Edge boxes. We'll throw a bunch of stuff in there.
No, it'll be beyond jam packed. The
Cool.
value of that will be well over $200, and it won't even be a question. Slick Baits just came into chat and said we need to make a Slick Bay app.
Slick Bay.
Dude, that's a super good idea though. Like seriously, if you're gonna run, okay, so if you guys don't know, if you guys didn't watch the Slick Bait Co. episode we did, they talked about when they do their auctions, and so they'll be making baits during the auctions. They'll make something for you, but they'll have all these really amazing baits, and you basically can just go on the live show and bid on the baits that are on there. Actually, I was watching one and I was like convulsively trying to not like my finger was like, just go ahead and bid. I was like, don't do it, just stop, don't do it. But it's really cool. But yeah, could you imagine if you had an app? That would be a problem. Two days a week, I'm over here like, $50, whatever. I'll just throw another one in there. Dude, that would be.
It's an amazing idea, and I feel like we need to get Slick Baits in touch with some sort of app developer. So, Chaz, that's your world. There you go. This is what we do. Chaz is our tech guy.
We give Chaz follow-ups.
Yep. 100%. All right. So you had a question.
I remember the question, and this is my brain is broken because I remember this perfectly. Walk me through a whole day. Like I drove into the parking lot. I've never been to a Cast for Kids event, but I'm going to one today. What is that event gonna look like?
And make sure it takes 12 hours to answer, by the way, because it's a literal full day. Go ahead.
All right.
You're gonna unbuckle your seat.
I want to know who's buying lunch.
It's like challenge accepted.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance is buying lunch for all of us because they furnish food for all our events. So y'all come here, we'll eat burgers for free. But
heck yeah.
Actually, first thing is one of the big things we talk about what happens when you pull in the parking lot. You're going to have a good idea already because you're going to have received an agenda because you register online, and that includes you or the fishermen themselves. That includes every volunteer that's on the shore. That includes every boat captain that brings a boat out. If it's a shore event where we're just basically fishing from the bank or bank fishing event, everyone that are around the kids are all going to be registered. And everybody will sign disclosures. If you are bringing a boat out and your thing is, man, I'd like to, but good Lord, man, what happens if I break something? What happens? Okay, a part of registering with Cast for Kids, today, man, it's 2022. It's the real world we live in. So we actually do carry a liability policy on every volunteer, every boat, to protect them against any craziness that can take place. But most importantly, we do the registration because if you're not registered and we don't put a colored band on your wrist, you don't get around our kids. Okay?
Right.
They're crazy in this world. And again, like I talked about, we want the kids and we want the parents to come out and we want you to breathe a sigh of relief and say, I don't have to worry about who's watching me. I don't have to worry about who's staring. If my son or my daughter has a behavior, I don't have to be embarrassed about it. Nothing like that, because it's everybody. Everybody's there. Everybody's supporting everyone. But when you get there, what's going to happen is you're going to park, depending on when you get there. If you get there late, you're probably going to have to walk a little further, but that would be okay. Other than I have a company that furnishes us side by side, so we put high school kids in side by sides, and we'll pick you up in the parking lot, and we'll bring you to where the event is being held.
I would show up late.
Like I said,
100%.
It is a closed event, but when you get there, the first thing you do, you walk up and you get registered. We have it split up by whether you're the fisherman and parent, if you are a shore volunteer or a boat captain, we get you registered. Everybody gets T-shirts. Then you'll go and you'll pick up your tackle box, which we our events always give out 2 tackle boxes because we get one that is automatic when you register your kid. That's part of the package. And hey, right off the bat, it doesn't cost you anything. You come to our event, it's free. Every single bit of it's free. Everything we furnish, you take home with you. But anyway, so part of the package that each kids get is, like I said, you get a rod and reel, you get a tackle box, you get a T-shirt, you get a ball cap, you get a plaque. We put killer goodie bags together for the kids. And this year we've started doing goodie bags for the boat captains. So if anybody wants to put their products in a bag to get to the kids or get to the boat captains, hook us, get with us, and we'll make it happen for you. But you'll get your goodie bags. Then every boat captain will get a picture with their fisherman and their fishermen's, whether it's a mom, a dad, or a legal guardian. No child goes out on a boat without a parent, an adult with them. You got to be at least 18 years old and a legal adult or a legal guardian or a parent with the kids. It's all about safety, man. It's always about safety. But you'll get your picture made, and then you're going to go out on the water. And the actual fishing time, it kind of ranges. We, just for the sheer fact that most of the events are held in at the time of the year when it may start getting a little bit hot, or it may be cold. So a lot of times the kids don't want to spend all day on the lake. So we try to keep it at about half a day. So they'll go out, they'll take their bait, their boat captains, and at our event, man, what can I say? We're blessed with almost all of our boat captains are actually tournament trail fishermen. So these guys roll up, and I was, we were talking earlier. It's awesome when I get there. And 2 years ago, it was just swamped in with fog. But when the fog started lifting, all of these bass boats, and there were some pontoons, and there were some fish, family boats, but the vast majority were these new bass boats with all of the, they're all wrapped up with their sponsors. And man, there was probably $2.5–3 million worth of new bass boats that were lined up. And these guys are all in it. They've set aside, their actual jerseys that they're fishing jerseys. They're all wearing Cast for Kids stuff. We hook them up with these kids to go fishing, and a lot of our fishermen, that they fished with us since our first event that we had 4 years ago, and they've signed up every year, and they stay in contact with the kid that they take fishing. They may celebrate at a birthday party, but they'll come back at the next year's event and they'll say, "Hey, will Colby be there? They'll name their kids. Hey, will they be there? Or I've already talked to their mom and she's signing up and she's requesting me." So you'll go. That's what you'll do. You'll go out fishing for the day. You'll come back in. You'll get some more pictures. You'll share pictures of the fish that you've caught. It is catch and release. We'll release the fish. You'll come in. We furnish a big lunch for everybody, and then we're fortunate. You guys wouldn't know it, but we have the world famous in Texas Funky Monkey Shaved Ice Company that comes out and brings their trailer out, and they hook everybody there up with free, the absolute best shaved ice in the world. They hook everybody up. So, and then once that's done, like I said, we have an award ceremony. Every fisherman there gets a plaque. The pictures that we took when they first got there, while they're out on the boat fishing, we get the pictures developed. They're put in the plaques, and the boat captains and the fishermen both get a plaque celebrating that day to take home with them as just basically it's their trophy for the day.
Dude,
that's awesome.
It's just fantastic. I want to share a story too. You're talking about, I've said life changing, and I think she's on right now. Joylene, I posted the link to this live stream on Facebook. So I think Joylene's here, and she has a son, and her son, he's on the autism spectrum as well. He wrote in. I'd contacted him, had a little bit of interaction with him, a little bit about the event, told him about it. They agreed to come to it. You could tell they were very hesitant. And when they got there, little boy shows up with them. He's already got a live vest on, his own live vest. He's got his headphones on because he gets overstimulated, doesn't want it. He was not happy. He wanted no part of going out on the boat, wanted nothing to do. Okay, so anyway, we got him there. He settled in, and everybody's there to help. Everybody's loving on the kids. We're getting everything taken care of. He doesn't want to get on the boat. He's not happy. 2.5 hours later, the boat pulls up. Guess who's driving the boat? Him, with no headphones on. And he got out, and that was a whole different deal. And we were in the
Wow.
middle of doing the ceremony, and he had a behavior, which behavior is that's I guess you could say a professional term of saying somebody threw a fit. Okay, he had a
Yep.
behavior. His mom was, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, and everybody was like, "What are you sorry for?"
Yep. That's
Let's
the
just
tough
get it
part.
taken care of, make him happy. Got over the behavior, but the coolest thing that came of it, and I'll never forget it. The coolest thing that came of it is that they left that day, and a week later, mom and dad bought a bass boat, and they take their little boy fishing all the time. Well, how much better can you get than that, man? How much?
Yo.
Yeah.
It just doesn't do it. And like I said, I've seen full-grown men tear up when they're taking pictures with their kids. It's with the kids they're
Oh,
with, and then you see that kid catch that fish, and
Yeah.
it's awesome. Now, I do want to mention, make sure that we're clear. Cast for Kids is not all about autism spectrum disorder.
Hmm.
Like I said, we welcome any child. We make some exceptions to the age, but 6 to 18. But we'll make some exceptions depending on what the capabilities are, what kind of space that we have available. But we have no limitations. You come in a wheelchair, I don't care. You don't have to worry about wheelchair ramps, because we're going to have 15 people that's going to get there. They're going to lift that chair up, and if they can't get them in a bass boat, we're going to put them in a center console boat. If they don't want a center console boat, we're going to put them on a pontoon boat. There's no limitations. Nothing's going to block this kid from having the day of his life. It's just not going to happen. So regardless of what the physical limitation is, I won't call it a disability, because they're differently abled, not disabled. So it doesn't
Right.
matter what their cognitive level is, their physical, physical difficulty, intellectual difficulty. You bring them out. You bring them out. Join our Cast for Kids family. And once you come out, you're always family. And when it's all said and done, like I said, everybody goes home. I hope I hope the kids come, they leave there with a memory that they'll never forget, ready to go to another event somewhere else, which I do. I host my event in Weatherford, Texas. I help out
Hmm.
with some other events. My event is actually in Weatherford, Texas, which is west of Dallas, Fort Worth. But I have kids that will come to our event. They'll come all the way in from Houston, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Lubbock, Texas. I've had them come in from New Mexico. They come in. We have a large time, and what we try to do is we schedule our events with a goal of trying to fill 40 kids. 40 kids, and when we host the event, and you're the event coordinator, we raise money to pay for to host the event. There's an event fee that's with it. Okay, we're talking about these donations. You're talking about as far as donating directly to Cast.
Hmm.
100% of that money goes to Cast for Kids. 100%. Cast for
Amazing.
Kids is a nationwide foundation, but as far as a paid staff for Cast, there's like 4 or 5 people. Everything else, every single event, coast to coast, is a 100% volunteer. So, your money goes to, first off, especially for smaller events, your money goes to pay for the liability insurance,
Hmm.
policy. It goes for the rods, the reels. It goes for everything that it takes for the kids to be given for the event. And then we raise the additional money to buy food, to buy prizes, to
Hmm.
buy bait, to do everything else. Like I said, now our event, we're very blessed in Weatherford. We've got some great sponsors. That and I know I mentioned some names here. I'm not intentionally doing shout outs for anybody, but hey, they
go nuts,
deserve it.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've got in Weatherford, Texas, I've got Tackle Depot, that they're a local small. It's a mom and pop shop, but they furnish a special tackle box loaded with terminal tackle.
Wow.
Slick baits filled them with their plastics and everything. So they get their
Yep.
Cast for Kids tackle box, but then they also get their Tackle Depot slick bait tackle box. And
That's awesome.
and like I said, so you get all that, they go out and fish, and they go home. Like I said, the kids leave with what I hope was a day they'll never forget. And I hope that every person that volunteer leaves with with a different perspective on how blessed we are every day. And those of you like you guys, you guys hit the kayak scene. You know how blessed you are when you get to put your kayak in the water and you get to go out today. You can leave the cell phone at home and you can go out and do your thing and forget about everything else. That's a blessing. And the thing is that these kids that I'm talking about rarely have that blessing. Another statement that's also very true is that for whatever reason, a large majority of your special needs children come from homes that may not be financially able to provide that type of a day. So that's why we give away the rods and the reels. We take them home because our hopes are that when they leave our event, their parents will recognize how easy it is. They've already got the tackle boxes, rod and reel. Take their kids fishing more. Get them outside. Get them out from in front of the TV. Spend some time outside. Soak up some sunshine. And like I said, that's what it's all about.
I love it, man. That's so much good in what you just said. There's almost too much to recap.
I can promise.
I'm really shy. I have a hard time talking in public.
It's an issue. Okay. If we could just draw it out of you, that'd be great. I know that I would be sobbing, absolutely,
uncontrollably.
Oh, it would be. I would just be laughing at myself.
Because every time you like tried to turn away, you'd be like, "I'm not gonna cry." You'd look over here, and some kids having an amazing time, and you'd be like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna cry." And you look over here,
I'd be looking at another boat, and I'd be like, "Oh, this boat's encroaching on my. Oh god, that kid's too cute." It would be an issue, and I have. I mean, just taking my son out fishing at like the 10 minutes down the road spot. Like I get emotional just like walking up when he's like carrying me across the road or whatever, because we'll be out there for like 3-4 hours, and all he wants to do is like throw sticks and throw bluegill. Like that's it, and it's the greatest.
It's like, put something in my hand, I'm gonna throw it in the
he
water.
literally just wants to hold the fish and chuck him, and he's all about it. Oh man.
One thing about, especially on the autism side, and this being the dad of a daughter that's on the spectrum, is right now, and it's not a COVID thing. Obviously, a COVID thing right now. 2 years worth of this craziness. Everybody needs to get outside and get some fresh air and spend some time. But
we're in Michigan. No one's going outside for anything except for like the mail and work, and that's it, man.
I understand, but as far as autism goes and the autism spectrum disorder within our country, specifically the U.S., I mean, it's everywhere, but I'm talking specifically U.S. Autism is on the rise, and there are more cases now of autism than there ever have been. And I've been involved with Special Olympics. Was involved even before Special Olympics. I started I'm an old guy. I graduated high school in 1986, so I'm 53. But I was looking for a good, easy credit in 1984, my sophomore year in high school, and said, you know what, man, they're looking for a co-ed PE coach for the special ed department. I thought, you know what, how much easier can that get? And and it was literally, hey, you got 13 boys and there's 13 girls, and we got 2 guys and 2 girls that are gen ed. Y'all are going to take them in there and get them dressed for PE, and then you're going to take them out there and you're going to play ball with them, and then when you get done, you're going to get them showered, you're going to get them dressed, and you're going to get them to class again. Well, I started that, like I said, in 1984. Man, I've been stuck ever since. David Welty was a boy with Down syndrome. That boy stole my heart for life, and it's been my driving force since 1984. And he's still alive, lives in Hobbs, New Mexico. But like I said, he was my driving force. I've been involved with it, and we've turned it into something we've done as a family. My oldest son, he's 30 now. My son was one of the New Mexico State Volunteers of the Year. He was very involved. We get involved. We do not use the R word in our home, and we promote the not using the R word, the retard word. So Special Olympics has an event called Spread the Word to End the Word. It's all about inclusion and acceptance. Stop using the word R. To a person that has intellectual difficulties, the R word is the same as calling someone that is a different race, calling them, a derogatory name. It's the same thing. But it's used so openly and so freely without regards to what, especially someone that's very high functioning.
Right.
that is maybe on the autism spectrum, how degrading that is. So my boys have started hosting those events at their school years ago, and they've continued on. Like I said, I've got a younger son now. When he turned 18 years old, he's set for, and he's the licensed registered behavioral technician. He's studying ABA, which, Dad, you know what ABA is?
Yep.
Applied behavioral analysis, and that's what it's all about. It's about working with kids with autism. He lives in Texas, goes to Texas Tech, and that's what he's studying. That's what his life's goal is, to work with special needs kids. And it's like I said, it's a family thing for us. And there's just it's a lot of families may do family vacations. They may have these other little the little things they're involved with. For our family, it's about doing what we're doing, and the acceptance and inclusion of our special needs communities. There's one thing. Let me tell you this: when you go to a Cast for Kids event, or you go to a Special Olympics event, what you won't see is you don't see parents on one side of the field and parents on the other side of the field cussing and throwing stuff at each other and fighting in the middle of the field.
Right.
You don't see drive-by shootings. You don't see the kids fighting with each other because they're from different schools. What you see at these events is that it's all about inclusion. And you can't go to an event like Cast for Kids or a Special Olympics event. You can't go there and be a part of it and not leave a better person. I have a very good friend of mine that has also been a sponsor of our event for years, and what he tells me every year is, put me down for the same amount of donation, because the easiest thing that I can do is write a check. It's you guys that put your feet on the ground that make it happen. You're the ones that have the hard job.
I love that so much, man. And
that's not even a question.
What's that, Chaz?
Oh yeah, I wish Kobe could have been here. Oh, you guys, my name, and if you guys don't mind, my name is Landon, Landon. Last name is Martin, Martin. Find me on Facebook. I live in Weatherford, Texas. Friend me, and you will get to see all of my friends. I've got a page in there that's set up special for Lake Weatherford group. But I have got a young man named Colby Tyberg. Colby, I hope you're on here right now. But Colby Tyberg is probably, he lives in Aledo, Texas. He has what's called Kulan-DeVry syndrome. He was one of those when he was born. Doctors told mom and dad, you know what, I'm sorry, but he'll never walk. He'll never be able to function normally. All the stuff that parents get told now that don't know your kids and don't know the drive that parents have to make things happen. But Colby is, he's my buddy. He's just my buddy. But Colby has overcome, and he is huge on Facebook. He has tons of friends. He posts all the time, and everything with him is a new and exciting day. Colby will post big news. That's what I say, big news. I got an A on my test today, in school, or big news,
nice.
Or great day. But everything is so positive with Colby.
Yeah.
So what I did for Colby, we don't have it anywhere else. I did it because I just love Colby, and I'm the event coordinator in Weatherford, so I just made it happen. Colby became the ambassador. He is the North Texas ambassador for Cast for Kids. So got him some shirts made up, and he tells everybody about Cast for Kids, and that's Colby. That's redheaded Colby. And he recently, we've got some other people that we deal with. They set him up, and they put out a big contest. Give him a nickname, because he plays Miracle League baseball. So I ended up, I put in my submission. They took it. He's Rocket. It's Colby the Rocket. And so like I said, everything on Facebook is Colby. But Colby was very blessed. I took him to our gala. Introduced him to Frank the Tank Tally, which is a professional fisherman. Frank and his wife Christy brought a huge basket. I mean, I'm talking a huge basket of goodies for Colby, and pretty much he became Colby's hero. I got his jersey back behind me, but Frank actually came to our event last year, and he took Colby fishing. And for somebody like Frank to break their schedule out and come down to take a special needs kid out on the water for half a day, drove in from Waco, that's a lot. That it really is. But it's he's just absolutely awesome. And I hope, like I said, I hope you guys get on there and find Colby. And I said I really thought about him coming here, but I didn't know if he'd be able to. But he's just infectious. But these kids are. I've got we've got. I say it's they're my kids. They're our family. But we've got several kids that are just they really stand out. They've been at our event every year that we've hosted it. They come out every year, and man, I just get thrilled knowing that we're going to have Jacqueline show up. We're going to have Ethan show up. We're going to have Kobe. We're going to have all of these kids are going to show up. Aaron and and it's just it just makes it makes my year, and it makes any bad day that I may have. All I've got to do is know that we're going to have that day coming up, or we're in the middle of planning for it. It's all a wash, man. It really is. These kids aren't the blessed ones. These kids just get to go out and enjoy the day. I'm the blessed one. The guys that come out and volunteer, they're the blessed ones. And like I said, I've seen full-grown men. I've seen full-grown men with tears in their eyes saying, "You can count on me forever." Pete Hernandez, I know you're on this call. Pete is one of these guys. Ryan Kohlmeyer. These guys are every year. They're going to be there.
Yeah, it makes an impact on you, right? Like when you participate in an event like that, and that's kind of like the key crucial thing here is that you're creating those again powerful moments for these kids that are they're gonna thrive on that for a lifetime. And like I know, like my daughter, for example, she hyperfixates on stuff like that. So if she can like get good at something. Like right now, she is like the top speller in her class, which is crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, she what did she spell for us? Oh my gosh, she just came up with a word to us, and we are like, it was like foundry or something. She's like, yeah, you know how to spell foundry? And I was like, how do you know how to spell foundry? You're in kindergarten. This is ridiculous. So yeah, no, she'll hyperfixate on it and just crush it. And when I find something that she likes, man, and when you can present these kids something that they don't have access to, that then they find they like, man, that's huge. That makes a big mega impact. And I do want to just catch people up on the show that are jumping in at this point, you guys. We're doing no super chats, all donations go to Cast for Kids. Link has been posted a whole bunch. Chaz is just keeping it rolling all day long in the chat window there. So if you're in chat, click that link. Please go donate. And we're trying to raise at least $1,000 for them. We'll confirm this with Landon later. We're going to do a random draw to those that donate. And it's going to include a whole bunch of stuff from our general offices, Paul and I decided. So you got coasters, you got Plano edges, you got tons of baits, you got, everything you need to enjoy yourself. It'll be a high value bag for sure. Yeah. So help us help these kids, and we'll hook you guys up. We appreciate you real much. Maybe even multiple bags. I don't know. Everybody keep
I'll bet you Jonathan would send some stuff in from Slick Baits.
Oh, I'm sure he would.
Bags as well.
I'm not gonna make him do. He already does that like twice a week, man.
Oh yeah.
Right. Everybody needs to catch the obsession.
Yeah. I just love how Chaz jumped in and he's like, maybe it's multiple bags. Maybe it's Chaz,
go ahead.
Maybe it's your car.
Maybe give away your truck. I don't know.
Give away your truck. It's a lease. It's a lease, Chaz.
Yeah. Get it out of here. Well, I do want to call out one thing. So, you talked about the number of people who are actually like on staff for Cast for Kids, right? It's a handful of people out here doing the Lord's work, but you talked about the people who are actually doing the yeoman's work of like carrying an event. And that is like what you were doing. You're an event coordinator. Tell us about what it means to be an event coordinator and kind of what are some of the things that you get to do as a part of this event? Like what are your responsibilities? What are the things you get to do leading up to an event like this?
Okay. Well, first off is it's going to sound really bad. I've hosted my 4th event. I've been to other events as a shore volunteer, and here's where I get to be embarrassed. I've never been on the boats with the kids. I've never gone out in the boat.
You're too busy.
Yeah, that's it.
There's no way. Yeah.
I focus on trying to coordinate it. This is not a one-person thing. My wife.
No.
My wife, she takes care of building a team of volunteers that takes care of registration, takes care of fundraising, takes care of getting, shirt sizes and the whole deal. Like I said, taking pictures, man. There's all of these steps come together to make it happen. But there's a lot that goes into it. And for me, what I get to do is I get to stand with a microphone in my hand and talk to people. I get to walk around and I get to give a hug, or more than that, I get to get hugs all day long. Hey, COVID was a no joke time. COVID still is, but I'm gonna tell you, we've had 2 years where nobody's caught COVID at our event, and but it dang sure didn't hold back on the hugs, because you couldn't keep these kids. You couldn't keep these kids from sharing love. I'm telling you, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You could try. You could put your arms up in the air, but they're still gonna wrap you up. So, I get to experience that. I get to see firsthand. I do. I would meet with, I do help a large part on the fundraising. But, the main thing is putting together the organization. I do everything on the back end as far as data entry, because CAST is very organized in the registration. Everything is done electronically, but we're all given that they have a very clear and set and very precise steps that they provide you, everything that you need to host your event. Don't be afraid. I'm telling you, if you're listening to this and you're thinking this might be something you want to do, don't be afraid. Do it. It'll be the best thing you've ever done in your life, I promise you. And we will walk you through every step, every phase, and get it done. And it doesn't matter where you're at. Man, I'm looking at the map right now and I'm seeing, you know what? There's no events held in Nevada. How in the world are there no events in Nevada? Seriously. There's like 2 events in Alabama. What's up with that? How many lakes we got across this country that don't have events on them? Come on, man, get them fishing. Give these kids something to do. But like I said, so me in a nutshell, what do I get? I have the best job in the entire world for that one day. And that one day is getting to be a huge part of putting smiles on faces, putting joy in the hearts of these kids, giving parents, the parents of these special needs kids a day off and ability to network. I always make sure at our events we have some different business. We promote very, very. I'm very much, because of my son's in the industry as well. But I always have someone there that can provide ABA, Applied Behavioral Analysis services, that are there representing that can provide information. We have another one, the John Thomas Foundation comes out. They provide durable medical goods for families that may not be able to afford a wheelchair. They may need other kinds of, their kids may need, their kids may be a new prosthetic, but they just can't afford it. He provides through his foundation an opportunity for the parents to get with them, and he helps them line out. So it is that networking. But again, it's all about for those kids that show up that day. It's not about somebody saying, "Look what I did," because I'm not a person that takes. I don't need pats on the back. I give my glory to God and everybody that comes out there and makes it happen. So, but like I said, one day a year, I got the best job in the entire world. You guys can't compare, man. I'm sorry.
I'll take that. That's not a question.
And you make it happen too.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, if you guys have, just literally like good intentions at heart. Like, if anybody out there wants to do something cool, something really good, and find a way to like give back, I mean, help it out. Let's do this thing. Let's make this happen. So you can go to the website. There's lots of information on the site, so you can figure out like how to host all that stuff. And that'd be really cool if we could expand the number of events. I mean, it looks like you guys are doing a ton of events. Like across
how many events do you have this year?
It's not near enough. I think that
it's not enough. But you're doing a lot, right?
I think what we're looking for now. Let me go back to the homepage here. I don't want to quote it wrong, but I'm thinking that we have. I think they're scheduled right now. I think we're scheduled for like 1,200 events in 2022. But hey, you think about it. That's 1,200 events, 1,250 events. Maybe only talking 40 kids an event. And I got to tell you, right. I'm an over. I don't follow the rules well. So we're supposed to stay at 40. My first event had 45. The next year we had 50. Last year, we tried to keep it at 40. We ended up with 55. Now I'm going to try to cap it at 55 unless somebody comes in and really wants to go. But
I don't think anyone wants to go
like I
toe to
said,
toe to Landon and tell a kid they can't come. I feel like you're going to lose that fight every time.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it's not going to happen. But hey, cast is great. All it means is I just got to plan my job better because I've got to have extra tackle boxes, extra
Right.
t-shirts, extra everything. So that's more money. We raise more money to buy more stuff and, to take care of them. But, like I said, you register them in. I notified, I mentioned the name earlier, Jim Binkin. Jim Binkin is our regional director. I know he's supposed to be listening in right now. Jim, if you're listening, you heard the deal. Man, they're raising money for cast, so watch out for the Burly. Keep me posted. Talk to them and talk to them in the office and make sure that they're keeping track and letting us know what this amazing program brought in today. For sure, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we appreciate you, chat, for doing all the donations as well. Again, just make sure you're typing something about Burly Fishing in there so they know it's coming from you guys. And like I said, once we break 1,000, which unfortunately, this is a spur of the moment thing that we ended up jumping into here. We'll find out later, and then we'll confirm with you guys, and we'll post about it. And we'll definitely do that giveaway once we hit that 1K there. Yeah, man. So, a question for you about these events, because I am interested if people have the opportunity to host one. Like, you have a support structure in place at the organization. So, if I said I want to host, like, what tools and like individuals would you connect me with so that it wouldn't be like my living nightmare prior to the most amazing day of my life?
Okay, every area, every event has a regional director. Like I said, I've got Jim Binkin. Okay, every area has a regional director. If you're hosting your first event, you're more than likely going to have a regional director that comes to your event that will help you. But CAST will walk you through the process. They'll be there. I mean, hey, there's just as much incentive for us to be part of you having a successful event as much it is for me as an event coordinator have an event, because we want people to have a good time. And if things are disorganized and things don't go well, you don't have parents want to bring their kids back. The kids may want to come, but the parents say, you know what, I don't want any part of this. So as I said, there are a set of tools. We've got everything online. We have a very special website that's set up for event coordinators where you can download all your forms. You can download or you can upload your any list you have, your shirt sizes, everything. They keep you updated on every time you have somebody that signs up. Everybody that signs up, you have all their contact information where you can follow up with them. But that's it, man. It's just a matter of not being afraid to do it. You got to jump in, man. And it is. Is it hard work? Yes, it really. Your first event, yeah, it's tough. Every event after that, it's tough. It really is. But everything is worth it. And there's. I don't care what I could spend my money on. Nothing's going to make me as happy as what I can spend my time on with CAST. There's no doubt about it. And I want to say something. As far as these kids go, I had a guy call me in the very first event, had never been one in our area at all. And I had a guy call me and say, hey, look, I signed up to be a boat captain, but man, I want to know what am I supposed to expect? And I said, well, I would expect you to have a great time. Well, what can I say or what do I not say? And it brought to mind something that I'd already had been told many times, especially with my son being involved with in the special ed, with special education and through his training, is that the biggest problem and one of the biggest parts about inclusion within our public schools between gen ed students and special ed students is a very fine line of fear. And you think about that. Why in the world would this guy be afraid, of this kid with special needs? Well, that's the guy typically that person that's making fun of someone that's special needs. The reason they're doing that is because they're not wanting to have to come in to have contact or be confronted with them in any way, because they don't know how to act. They don't know how to say. So I get asked, how do you talk to these kids like they're human? How do you treat these kids like they're human?
Yep.
They want exactly what you want. That's it. And
Yeah.
don't be afraid. You're not, as long as you're not calling somebody, the R word, you're pretty much not gonna, if you're not being just downright rude, or you're
Right.
not, you're not being disrespectful to someone, you're not going to say anything wrong. You
Yeah.
don't have to worry about, well, what if, and hey, I got a nephew, love him to death. I've been wanting to get him out. We're going to have an event, I hope, close to him. And his deal was, he told me, he said, man, what do I do if that kid gets on the boat and throws a fit? What do I do? I said, you chill out and let mom and
Mhm.
dad handle it. And then you do what
Yeah.
you can do to try to, kind of calm things down, get them
Drive a boat.
refocused back on fishing and have a good time. But I can tell you, I've never had in all my years with doing this, I've never had anybody throw a fit on a boat. I've never had a parent come back and say my
They're
boat
on a
captain
boat.
didn't treat me right.
Yeah.
And nothing like that at all. But accept it for what it is. They're human.
Yeah.
If it just think of every one of them. If it was your child, how would you want
Yeah.
to talk to your child?
Well, and I think
So
that's a
don't
great,
let
it's a
that
great,
fear,
it's a
don't
great
let
thing
that
to
fear
have.
be a factor.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a great thing to have people. You want to have boat captains that are willing to ask that question, right? Because those are people who really care. Those are people who are sitting there thinking, "I want to do a good job. I want to make sure this kid has a good time and feels safe." And you talked about some of the things you guys do to make the parents feel safe, which I think is, as a parent and as somebody who knows a lot of parents, I understand, especially if you're not a fisherman, right? Someone pulls up in this, $50,000 boat, and you're gonna step on this boat maybe for the first time in your life, with your kid, right?
Mhm.
You want everyone to feel safe, to feel like they're included, to feel like everyone's, and it's great that the whole point is for everyone to be paying attention to the kids and make sure that
That's it.
Yeah.
they're having that great day. And the only reason I asked the question about, like, what does it take to put on an event? Everyone should recognize that it's going to be a lot of work, but everyone should also recognize that the payoff is well worth the work. And I guess that was the only point I really wanted to make in asking that question, because it
Well,
is
I
one of those
mean,
things. It's a labor of love, man. Like you're gonna
Yeah,
you're
and
gonna
you're never going to do it alone. You'll never do it
yeah
alone. You can't do it
right,
alone. You've
exactly
got to
that.
do it
yeah
with a team.
yeah yeah,
Yeah,
and
you
it's
got the team, you got Cast for Kids, you got regional directors who have they're running 1,200 events a year. They know what they're doing. And like I can tell you guys, like I've put on a ton of events with hundreds of participants for my CrossFit gym. And there was no like payoff,
manual.
like positive payoff of like, yeah, one, there was no manual. I didn't have any support structure, and like I'm a dummy and I pulled it off. So any of you guys can pull this off, for 40 kids to make their day. You guys can figure it out, trust me. But like at the end of the day, like running those events for like basically spoiled adults who would then complain about like, oh, I didn't miss this lift, I got it, like you should give me the score for that. And like I had to put up with their trash. I'd rather do this event any day of the week times 7, maybe
Oh,
12.
and we would like you to. We would like you to come out and be a part
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
No, well, I definitely want. I know you got a TBD on it, but there's one in Auburn Hills, Michigan. So when the TBD becomes like an actual D, then we're gonna attend that thing. And yeah, if any of you guys are in the Michigan area, if you can travel out to Auburn Hills at that time, stay tuned. Just check the website for the event to change. We'll go there. There's one in Ohio that does have a date on it. Maybe we'll figure that one out. That's in June. But yeah, I mean, 100%. We'll post about it on the channels, social medias, all that stuff. You guys will see it. So,
Okay.
well, heck yeah,
Really,
man. Any of my Michigan folks, I know there's a bunch of you in here. We'll do
I'll tell you
it.
what, the event that, you, and that's another deal people think about, what if I don't have people show up? Well, the very first event we host, like I said, first time it had been held here, no one knew about it. Man, hey, social media was the key. Social media,
Yep.
trying to find sponsors that first year, goodness gracious, it was tough that first year. And me, now keep in mind too, most times you start planning this event about 3 or 4 months out. I went a month and a half. So I personally, I thought, you know what, I'm probably going to have to come out of pocket a little bit on this to be able to make it happen. And I did a little bit, never had to do it since, but that first year, and then I got to thinking, number one, I started doing it on my own and realized real quick that I had to, honey, I need your help, honey. So the wife got involved and she reached out to some friends. And that first year I think we had probably, I don't know, 150 or so volunteers, something like that.
Wow.
This last year's event and the I guess it would be 2020 event, we averaged about probably between 200 and 250 volunteers that come out.
Wow.
So
Smokes.
yeah, And like I said, so I don't have to worry about volunteers. They're there.
No, those kids are covered.
My biggest deal is I feel bad when people show up. I have people that say, "Hey, I know that all the kids are out on boats, but can I come out and I'll take out a camera crew? Can I take out some volunteers? Can I, can I come out? Or hey, I'm bringing my boat out and I'm just going to hang out. And if somebody shows up later, something needs to go out, I'm going to take them out." So my biggest deal is, man, I hope nobody cancels because I've got this dude that just pulled his boat for 3.5, 4 hours that came in,
right.
and now he's sitting here with nobody to take out. That kind of thing.
That poor guy, all he has time to do is fish. What the heck?
All he can do is fish by himself.
And again, I have had that happen, but again, I've never had anybody complain about it. But the sponsors, man, your sponsors are it. I was told, Jim Beacon told me, he said, "You're not going to believe me when I say this. The hardest part about hosting a Cast for Kids event is finding the kids. It's not the donations. It's not the location. It's the kids. And you come being a parent of a special needs child, you have that daddy bear thing and mama bear thing. And I don't know. I'm not going to expose my child to this because I don't know it. They have that hesitation. So, you've got to, and you've got a lot of parents, a lot of areas where even in their community, there's just not a lot of opportunities. So, they just pretty much status quo. They do what they do at home, and that's pretty much it. But I did that first year. I struggled to find kids. And since then, I haven't had that problem. And every year, if you host that event again and again, it's going to get better and better and better. And your organizing is going to get better and better. And, it's fantastic. But, from a sponsor standpoint, you get hooked up with some good businesses that want to be involved. When a sponsor comes in, a business sponsor comes in, they're listed on banners. They're put on social media. They get a lot of exposure. Now I don't ever want somebody to sponsor an event just so that they can have their name out there and be made to look like they're super people because they hosted an event for special needs kids. I want them to, hey, I'm going to turn it down, but I want to be there for the right reason, and it's just like I talked about, and I hope you guys don't mind, but I want to talk just real briefly about Jonathan and Ashley Britt with Slick Baits. I met
absolutely.
him kind of on the fly. I was looking to, I was wanting some freebies. I was wanting some freebies for our goodie bags for our kids. I come across a website. I talked to somebody that knew him, and I reached out to him. And he said, yeah, I can probably do something, come out and meet. And man, I went out there and I met Jonathan Britt, and I met his wife, Ashley, and I met their kids. And I saw them just like you said, hey, your Slick Baits is going nationwide, worldwide. They're going everywhere. Man, these are handmade in a shop by their house. It's not even air conditioned. It's not even heated. Man, they're out there sweating to the oldies, or they're freezing their tails off out there building these baits. But they're hand making them. They're doing customs. They're doing everything. But what they did for us, they developed baits that had the autism puzzle pieces. They developed baits that are the colors of our event colors, and they did that on their own. I didn't give them any guidance, and they surprised me with it. And then the first event that they got involved with me. They show up out there, they set up a tent out there with their slick, and they're giving away this free stuff out there. And like I said, guys, this is not a big corporation. So when they're giving things away, it's coming out of their pocket. It's coming out of their family checkbook when they're doing it. But they came at the end of the event when I'm giving the awards and stuff out, and they walk up and they handed me a check for $1,800 I didn't know about. They had been holding these auctions that I didn't know about and was raising money. So, Slick Baits did that. Well, man, I just love Slick Baits, but they're just good people. But guys, right now, they have what's called Slick Nation. I know that you guys talk to them. It's all the people that log in from all over the country into these auctions. They call them Slick Nation. Well, every one of their events, they will create a tray of baits, and they will donate that. And the proceeds will come back to Cast. I know I watched one night, I bid on a tray and I won it. I donated it back and said, hey, run it again. They've had a tray that's ran 6-7 times. So a person's paid $150 and said, give it back. Let's run it again. Guys, everybody that's listening to this right now, Slick Baits, as of right now, my event is scheduled for next August. I'm sorry, September 17th of
Mhm.
2022. As of today, April, man, I'm way behind. February 24th. So I've got all that time left to get to that event. As of today, Slick Baits has raised over $10,000 for Cast for
Wow.
Kids just on these live auctions. You
Yeah.
know, so I'm gonna tell you right now, it doesn't matter if you're bass boat, it don't matter if you're bank fishing, it doesn't matter if you're kayak fisherman. The fishing community as a whole are, man, they're the best. They're the freaking best. You guys know what you love on the outdoor side. You enjoy spending time out there. You enjoy sharing it. And you know what?
Yeah.
There's no better community than the fishing community. There's no doubt.
Oh man, we've seen them come to bat for just different things that we've run in the past, and in other organizations that we've seen and participated with, like Autism Anglers and you guys. And yeah, it's been amazing. Like there's just some awesome people in this community for sure, and they care about the right stuff. So I love
And
it.
I've been
I love to
surprised
see
every
it.
single time when the Ned Rig nerds, the Burly bunch, whatever you want to call them, whenever they come out, I'm always blown away. So, and
Yeah.
we have to call it Slick Baits too. I know when we had them on the show, I was blown away by the baits, and then I was even more blown away by the people. So
Yeah.
it's an
Top
awesome,
5.
yeah,
They
it's
were
an
top
awesome
5 guests of 103 episodes. RIP to the other 97 nerds. No, we love everybody else that's been on the show too. But yeah, no, they are fantastic. 8 of them being Debo. All 8 of those Debos can just beat it. I'm just kidding. We love Debo. Yeah, man, it's so awesome to see what these guys can do, and to be a part of it is really cool. To be somewhat of a catalyst or whatever the heck we are. What do we do, Paul? Anything? Nothing? Yeah,
No,
we do nothing.
we're just talking online. A couple of nerds.
Couple of talking head nerds over here, just getting stuff done.
It
Jeff, what do
only
you
takes
think?
one. It only takes one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got
That's what I
2.
tell myself every day I'm on the water. Only takes one. Yeah, one more. It's gonna happen.
Takes one more. What, Jeff? Should we do the slow roll on Thunder? What do you think, man?
I don't know. I think so. I mean, first of all, I want to call out everybody in chat that's been saying they've been donating. You guys are awesome. Once again, thank you so much for doing that. We understand completely. This is your hard-earned money, and you got to understand it's going towards an amazing cause, a legitimate like 501c, man. That is not easy to do. These guys are legit as heck. And I know they're doing amazing things. I mean, there's no reason like Slick Bait Co. would like fully back you guys and do 2 auctions a freaking week. If you weren't legit as heck. So we really appreciate you guys in chat for participating. We'll count it up. I'll hit up Landon. We'll figure out where we ended up, and we'll probably roll an extra giveaway. Maybe on the next live we'll roll it. Or in between, just on the social medias. But just stay tuned to it. We'll hook you guys up, and we'll have your names. So we'll just you'll be alerted if you donated. If you didn't, what are you waiting for? Just do it. But I also want to real quick call out before Store Rolling Thunder. If you guys want to host an event, I promise you it's not hard to host events. And we would be, happy to contribute something to your event if you did host one. So if you do it, reach out to Cast for Kids, let them know that you heard about it on the Burly Fishing Podcast, and we'll then talk to us, see what we can do for you.
And I actually do have a Cast for Kids email address too. You can actually email me. If you want to write it down, Charles, it's just Landon, Landon, at castforkids.org.
Look, Landon knows exactly how to communicate with his podcast. He says, Paul, Jeff, shut up. Chaz, real quick, if you could do something, that'd be great.
He's the man. He's the man behind. You guys don't know what you're missing. This dude is cool. You can tell he's just a cool dude back there. Y'all don't get to see.
So some of them I've seen him.
Some of them do. If you're a member on your Members Only Live, you get to see Chaz. And if you were on episode 100, you got to see Chaz too.
Yeah. He's an intense dude, man. I can tell. He's a cool dude, but he's intense. You can see back there. He's making
no games.
magic happen.
He plays a lot of games during the day. He plays no games during our podcast.
He has 47. He has 47 monitors going on right now. He's
like the architect in the Matrix. He does it all with his pen.
He is going to be on Monday, right? You're going to be on Monday with us.
I was going to say he's going to be on Bass Geek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you go. You'll see him on that. All right, let's do this. Perfect. You guys see that email right there? Right there, that email. Yeah, there you go. Email him. All right, guys, we're gonna do slow rolling thunder. Here's how it goes. This is like the 103rd time that we've explained this, but you guys get it. So we're gonna just ask some 4 fun questions. There are right answers and there are way less right answers for Landon for these questions, all just for fun. And as we're doing that, I want you guys to be typing something in the chat window. So you can type chat. I see somebody typed Wahoo, Campbell Waffle Stopper. Great response. Chaz is a boss. Also true. Anything you want to type in there, questions, we'll probably miss them. So just type fun stuff, nice things only. And you'll be entered into our chat random draw. So we're going to draw a random winner at the end of Slow Rolling Thunder. You will win a $25 Monster Bass gift card. Good to anything on monsterbass.com except for the subscription. Monster Bass is a sponsor of this show, so we appreciate them very much for contributing that gift card to us every single freaking week. And there's cool stuff on that website. I don't know if you guys know this. There may still be Burly things on there, but there's Z-Man products on there too. And there's also I don't know if you want to get a Chase Bates prop duster. I mean, do something weird. I would never spend $25 on it, but if you had a gift card, why not, right? So there you go. You can do that thing. And with that, if you win, you will follow the instructions that Chaz will have on the screen. First things first, hit us up in the chat, say that you exist and you are a human person and say hi. And then you're going to email us a screenshot, right, Chaz? I was off for a week. Give me a break. Is that the rules, Chaz? Oh, yeah. Well, I should have had Debo on while I was off. I left Paul with dark mysterious Ethan. Yeah, I know. I was on board, but yeah, Debo's went live the same time we were, and it was, kind of a jerk move, but whatever. And then Ethan was just in shadow. He was like,
Ethan is a new father. I was born with it. Ethan's a new father, so he's allowed. All right, so
true.
Before I hit the slow rolling thunder, so these are our fun questions, Landon. Landon, I kind of made this assumption, and maybe I shouldn't have. Are you an angler? Do you like to fish? Are you an avid fisherman?
No, actually, I'm not. I love to fish. Do I ever get a chance? No, I work too much. Yeah, cast is my side gig. I actually have a full-time job. I am a corporate safety director for a company, but I love to fish. I just rarely ever get to fish. I have lots of opportunity. I have lots of opportunities, but I just work too much and I don't take advantage of it. It's my own fault. No one to blame but me.
That sounds like a lot of the business people that we engage with in the fishing industry, surprisingly. Entrepreneurs that we deal with a lot, namely Rick for Monster Bass, they don't get that time, man. I mean, Rick loves fishing. Seeing him out on the smallmouth, if you guys haven't watched, he caught a 5-pounder on the St. Lawrence video, so go check it out. Dude, he can be a stick if he wants to be. He just doesn't fish that much.
Rick is obsessed, 100%.
Yep.
All right, so first question. What app on your phone gets the most use that is non-work related, that is not social media, and that is not music?
Oh, man, I said, guys, I work all the time, so it's tough to say, but probably LinkedIn. Probably I guess I'd call that social media.
That sounds like a lot of work to me. That sounds like a lot of work to me.
It is work related.
Top answers have been Amazon.
Weather.
I'm guilty. I'm guilty.
That's what everyone forgets about. No one wants to admit.
Dude, I got an Amazon credit card. How bad is that?
You're just playing the value game is what you're doing.
Winning,
You're playing the value game.
Yeah. Right there, man. There it is.
There you go. I love it. That's awesome. I wanted to call this out because we changed up the questions kind of on the fly, you guys, but I did appreciate a few of you guys in chat going hood and Crocs down with big sunscreen.
I'm going to hit a couple of those still. So I'm going to say this. When you go fishing, if you're on a boat, what is your fishing footwear of choice?
Oh, I'm hey dudes all day long.
Oh, yes, that is a fair. Yeah. That is a totally
That's a new coming fair answer.
New up and comer. I love my hey dudes. I have a few pairs. They're fantastic.
I got 5 pair.
Yeah,
and I got fat feet, man, and they fit me great.
they're like socks, right? It's fantastic, and they weigh nothing. They weigh less than nothing.
I have yet to invest. I'm still sticking with. Stop, Chaws.
Yeah, clearly you haven't had near enough sunburn on the top of that foot.
He doesn't sunburn. He
Some of us
brags
are
about it all the
blessed.
time.
All right, I don't know anything about that.
Hashtag blessed,
He
Paul.
lives on a different planet than I do.
Yep,
man.
it does
And
have its perks.
I'm looking pretty pasty in this video right now. I need to work on my camera stuff, but I'm really white as driven snow, dude. I burn like everything.
Contrast, saturation on your camera.
Absolutely.
I have all the contrast, and Paul has all the saturation.
and here we are. So the next one is also, I guess it's fishing attire related. This is an important question. When you go out fishing, and you got your sun protected shirt, your light shirt, long sleeve. We're making an assumption here. Do you like your long sleeve fishing shirt? Do you like it to have a hood attached to it, or do you prefer it to not have a hood attached to it?
Actually, I like a hood, and I'll be honest with you. And I'm not throwing I'm not throwing anything at anybody. I mean, I'm not doing some advertising, but I love them. My favorite fishing shirt, without a doubt, Slick sells one, and they actually gave me one.
Nice.
And it is, man, I wear it out. Shoot, I'm in the backyard, I wear it. I go into town, I wear it. I'm the big dude in this black fishing shirt with a hood out the back with a Slick logo that's this wide because they built it for my body size. So I'm like a walking billboard, but that's it, man. You just don't get any better. Most comfortable, they're great.
Yeah, I love it. So Paul and I have a war.
Oh,
Paul
man,
is falling far behind, and he cheated one week too, so he's even further
Allegedly.
behind than that.
I'm getting crushed.
Nope, he's getting crushed. So we have a war going on, hood versus no hood. I'm pro hood, he's anti hood, and chat is also and Chaz is no hood because he's shirtless. But like the chat window right now is just blowing up with like hood versus no hood. It's hilarious. But what's the score right now, Chaz? Do you know?
I think Jeff's up 3 or 4.
I'm up 3 or 4 at least. 4. Yes, I'm 4 ahead of Paul right now. So
y'all know why I really wear a hood though, is so that I'll make people jealous with this head of hair that I have.
That's what I'm saying, man.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. And I don't know. That's all right, fine. We'll go with it. Should we do the giveaway? I got one more
I'll give
question.
you another shot. Let's see. Give me another one. I'll get one for you this time.
On the fly. What are we divided on?
Well, hold on. Let's run the giveaway because I do have one more question. So let's run the giveaway.
Hey,
Ivan Bergman is the winner.
Ivan, you are the winner of the $25 gift card to Monster Bass. Nightbot saying hi to you in chat there. So step 1, say hi back. Say I exist and I'm still here and I didn't bail like a silly fool. And then step 2, we follow the instructions that Chaz puts up on the screen. And he says, awesome. Yay. He followed number 1.
Ivan is an avid fisherman. He lives on one of the best bass fishing lakes in the country, Lake Fork, Texas.
Geez.
Well, Ivan, with your $25 gift card to Monster Bass, you can go ahead and purchase yourself some more killer baits to go just absolutely smack them
ham, man,
dead on Lake Fork, or you get yourself a Burly hat. Either way, it's going to help you out.
Options. Look cool, catch fish.
Hey, I'll be buying me a Burly hat. Will y'all accept my Amazon credit card?
Yeah, we'll find a way. We'll put it through up the lines for Monster Bass there.
I love it.
So Ivan, make sure you're following those instructions, bro, and get us some info. You can also hit us up, podcast@burlyfishing.com, and we'll take care of you, bud. But that's awesome. Congrats, man. All right. Ending off Slow Rolling Thunder. We got one more.
I got one more. I love this question. All right. Let's say you could go pro in anything except for fishing. What would it be? And literally, it can be absolutely anything.
Fundraising.
I was about to say. I was like, it's
too
easy for you.
Yeah, too easy.
That would be. I think a lot of people. I don't think we'll ever get that answer again. So I absolutely love it. That's perfect.
Probably not. And what was yours, Paul? Was your refresher
mine?
For Landon?
I think mine was woodworking.
Woodworking makes sense for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally does.
Yeah, I called out Jeff's wife. Apparently, I don't remember doing it, but yeah,
Yeah, it was like you walked through her house. She had refurbished a giant kitchen table, and you're like, I mean, it could be better.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's my wife does the same thing, Jeff. She's redone all of our same thing. She'll take
Yeah.
it and she'll turn it into something I never saw it coming.
No, for sure. Like my wife just got into this. She made a barn door for our bathroom, like the on the rollers and stuff. She did a kitchen table. She did all her dressers. She's done end tables. She like refurbished the entire guest bedroom. So I mean, you know, she's going crazy on it, and I love it.
We live in an HOA, so we live as HOA. Got all these houses around us, and kind of the neighborhood thing is if you have something you don't want anymore, you just put it on the curb. You know,
Yep.
and if somebody wants it, they just drive. There's no shame in the game, man. You just go by and grab it. My
that's
wife
what
will
I
see
do.
something, and she'll see that vision, and next thing you know, she's in the garage with the sander, and she's doing that, turning it old age with some kind of wax. I don't know, whatever it is. But
My
then it's
first-
in the living room.
I live in
It didn't
I live
cost
in a
me
new
anything, so
I
I'm
live in a
down
new
for
build. I live in a new build neighborhood. The first week we moved in, there's a bunch of new houses getting built up around ours, so they had like the big dumpsters out in front. It's like it was December, and I'm in my Carhartts with my truck, and I'm driving through all the dumpsters, and I'm picking up. They had cedar pallets to deliver all the stone for like the sides of the house because cedar's really soft, right? So it's good for moving stone. I pulled out like 50 cedar pallets, and I have a whole cedar, it's probably 86 inches long, like probably 32 inches high,
Wow.
console for under my TV. And
Very cool.
I also probably drank half a case of Bud Light and smoked like 4 chickens while I was pulling apart all those pallets. And so yeah, I moved into that neighborhood, and every single person that drove by, I was like, yeah, this one, it's over. This neighborhood's done. We're out. I gotta move.
Yep. You're banned. You're immediately booted from said neighborhood. Yeah.
HOA was not happy.
No, not at all. Why would they? The moment you moved in, they should be like, okay, here we go. All right, you guys. So we're gonna wrap this thing up. Landon, we really appreciate you for the time today, for everything that you do for this organization, for everything you do for those kids, man. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. It's a game changer. You know, having that personal experience myself with my daughter, it's like I say, there shouldn't be a dry out there. Like it's an amazing experience. If you guys get a chance to support these events, and again, thank you so much, chat, for the donations tonight.
Yes.
You guys are awesome. We'll tally them up. We'll figure out something to give back to you anyways, regardless of the number we hit. Hopefully we hit near 1,000, maybe more. That would be super cool. So there might be one or more giveaways. Yeah, Chas. Mm-hmm. Ooh, slick baits with a burly fishing color. Okay,
Ooh,
I'm on board. They got so many freaking stellar colors already. Like it's just gonna blend in with the rest, honestly.
And
look, another 10 out of 10.
They'll take whatever it is, and then they'll make it glow in the dark.
Oh, we know.
Yep. Yeah, they blew us away. What are those ones, Paul? The CHAs?
Yep.
The CHA?
The
CHA baits?
The chartreuse. I still need to get some chartreuse.
Yeah, those things are sick. So slick baits, let's talk. Let's make something happen. I'd be on board. Maybe we could be a part of one of those auctions where you auction off that tray. That would be super cool. We can bring the nerds. Nerds, you want to go on a trip? You want to go hang out at the auction? That'd be cool. But yeah, just to wrap this up, Landon, Tom Ellen, yeah. We've been talking tons and posting a ton in chat. Is there anywhere else that people should be looking for you specifically, anyone within the organization or the organization itself, and how they can really help out?
Well, obviously, like I said, I shared with you guys my name. So I'm on Facebook. Then my email address, you can send it. You go direct to the castforkids.org website. I'm not a paid employee. I'm just a volunteer, and I just love cast. So I will say this: I am an ambassador. They did grant me and bless me with that title as an ambassador. So I have my event. I help with some other events, but man, I'm all about spreading cast from sea to shining sea. So, I mean, it's that's where you can find me at. And if you don't mind, one quick thing I want to say, and it's not really quick because I talk too much. If you guys can't make an event, Or if you guys, if you're in here and you're just kind of wondering what can you do, how can you make a difference in the life of a special needs child or their family, I'm going to make it real easy for you. And it's probably going to be uncomfortable the first time because a lot of people are, other people, it's easy. Next time you're in a grocery store, next time you're in a convenience store, next time you're in a retail store, and you see a parent and they've got a special needs child with them, take a minute to walk up and say hello, a high five, a handshake, anything. Give them, show them that acceptance. And when you get a chance in your community to do something to include the special needs community, whether it's children, whether it's adults, or veterans, anything you can do, make your community better. Inclusion, acceptance, that's what it's about, guys. That's what it's about. And you know what? There's a lot of ugly in this world. And unfortunately, the news and a lot of social media and other stuff, they want to portray our world as being this mean, ugly place. But there's a hell of a lot. Oh, I said it. There's a heck of a lot more good people than there are bad people. So, make it positive. Don't ever be a part of the problem. Be a part of the solution. Make your communities a better place by that acceptance and inclusion of all of your community members.
I love that. It's a great message to go out on. You guys in chat, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much for donating tonight. You guys are awesome. And I love going out on that message there, Landon. So 100% it's about inclusions. These are people. They're human beings. Treat human beings nicely. Be nice, people. Like, that's just like, if you ever think about being mean, just don't be mean. That's like my favorite slogan.
And hey, and for the record, Dad, they're proving every day, day in and day out, that you've got some of the most highly intelligent people of our that's ever existed in our world, that they're coming back and saying now. Albert Einstein, some of the others that are seriously thinking that these people may be on the autism spectrum. So, there've been a lot of misdiagnosis with ADD, all that rest of stuff, that these kids may just have, may have autism, may be on the autism spectrum. But I'm going to tell you what, some of the most brilliant minds out there have traits or tendencies that are very closely entwined with people on the autism spectrum. So don't ever underestimate what your daughter is capable of. Push her to do everything.
Yeah.
Never hold her back.
Kick her butt in pickleball and or Legos.
Legos is the thing.
She is, definitely a hands-on with Legos. We just went to Legoland in Florida last week. It's like her favorite place to be. She got her driver's license. Honestly, that ride's a ripoff, but it's besides the point. They only get to drive for like 30 seconds after waiting for 30 minutes. But the cool thing, just to end on one more positive note, Legoland is, maybe in the shadow of like Disney World and all those other places, but they do have what they call a Blue Hero Pass. So if you have a child with special needs or autism like mine, then you can actually just go to their guest services. They give you a Blue Hero Pass and you can go up to the front of every single ride at the park. So my kid,
Flags is the same way.
Yeah. And you guys can find this. If you know anybody who has a kid with special needs, like, just let them know this. You can just call the park. You can go to guest services and you can find out about this at, and honestly, any park. The only one I don't know if they honestly do it is Disney World. And, that's interesting. And I got to dig into it. But Universal does it. Legoland does it. Six Flags does it. Probably Cedar Point does it. Like, all these parks will do it. Yeah, I just couldn't find it. Honestly, that's not a dig at them or anything. Yeah. I don't want Mickey Mouse to come and murder me now, but at the end of the day, these opportunities are available to them, and it's great, especially with with my daughter. Again, hyper intelligent. She's high functioning. It's called a spectrum for a reason. Everybody has an extremely unique case. They're all completely different, which is great and amazing because there's only one of them in the world when you think about it. But it's just cool because she gets frustrated in a line. And the funny thing was, like, even with the Blue Hero Pass, I'd run up to the front of the line with her and she'd be like, why do we have to wait? And I'd be like, dude, we're the first person in line. What do you want? But it was great because she got to ride every ride she wanted to. We didn't get just exhausted or anything like that. Overstimulated is what I was looking for there. But she didn't get overstimulated. She was able to enjoy everything, not get wound up, and not crash super hard and have that behavioral like outburst or anything like that. So that was really cool. I appreciated that. And I just wanted to throw that out there. But that's all we got for tonight, you guys. Thank you so much for being with us to be a part of this. You guys are amazing. As always, we love you, nerds. And we got, what's our next members only, Paul? I know it's on the
March
calendar.
15th.
March 15th. Great. So it's usually like second, third week of the month on a Tuesday. So it'll be March 15th, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Be here, members. If you're not a member, click join below. We'd love to have you be a part of that. And we will be live with Bass Geek on Monday. So join us on the Bass Geek Live. That'd be great. And we'll be back next week. Who's our guest next week?
Next week it's just us, but then we've got a special guest the week after that.
Couple of nerds. All right. Come hang out with us. We love you guys so much. And Chaz, what do you say you take us out of here? All right.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall and I found a way to reconcile, cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where sun go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm sad to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Life kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. I cover up every part of my skin, oh, cause I don't like the person within, oh. I know I'm the one to blame. All I can do is take the shame, oh. Do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. Whoa, I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. So I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. Oh no.
I got enough of every melody, they all sound the same. Yeah. For my broken heart, no remedy, but maybe if you stay, we can get away with it.